Hey, John, you got a lot to ask Jerry now. What did you hear what Denzel had to say?
I did see that, yeah.
Can I say something? That's part of the problem, right? Denzel Washington is talking about the Cowboys.
Washington.
Why is that part? Did you hear what he said, though, Foots?
I honestly didn't hear it, but it's just like
he echoed a lot of Cowboys fans' thoughts. Bro.
Did he?
Yeah. He called out Jerry.
I know.
He called out Jerry, man.
Yeah. And y'all know Jerry doesn't care, right?
He loves it.
He loves this,
bro. he invites that. Oh, Denzel talking about the Cowboys. Run it up.
I don't know if he said this to John, whoever he said it to yesterday, Jerry, but he pretty much reiterated what he said on the trailer and what he said in interviews, which is, hey, controversy sells. We love controversy. If they're not talking about us, I'm going to say something to stir it up. And from time to time, I think fans forget that he says that, and he will remind you. So.
John, how does that make you look at the Cowboy fans by you being, pretty much neutral? How did that come off to you?
Well, for Cowboys fans, I feel bad because the ones I come across, or at least the majority, don't really care about that side of it because they've seen, 35 years of that. And so they're like, yeah, we're all good on that. We want to kind of be famous for winning championships. Yeah. And for it to be this long since you've done that, then I think that's the thing where you're like, it's not like they've been awful. They just haven't been able to get over that hump and finally make a run in January. And so I totally get the frustration for Cowboys fans, and that's added up for me over my time covering the team, because I look at it this way. I started covering the team in 2011. And so if you look at the history of the Dallas Cowboys, the 60s were, that was the building years. That was, the franchise was founded in 60. So the 60s, they were kind of building. 70s, they were great. 80s took a drop off. 90s, they were great. So you got the 2000s. If you take the drop off, well, then starting in 2010, it should have been great again, Yeah. And I jump in at 11. I should just be covering at least a Super Bowl or two by now. So there's a part of me where now that I've been covering the team for 15 years, where I'm just like, hey, anything that Denzel wants to say or any other Cowboys fan, man. And I'll tell you, the thing that really put over the top is just these last 2 years in the NFC Championship game. For Washington to get there this last year, and then Detroit the year before, those things add to it too. So I'd be the last person to tell any fan, oh, calm down, oh, you're overreacting or whatever. No, you have every right in the greatest league of parity. This isn't baseball where it's like, well, I mean, how are you going to compete with what the Dodgers are spending? This is the greatest league of parity. Like, nobody should go as long as they've gone without getting back to at least an NFC Championship game. So I'm open for any fans, as famous as Denzel Washington or not, to say whatever they want.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard. Yes, it's hard to argue with that, and especially when it's like, I don't know, it's like Jerry. This offseason has been a little bit just like blatantly, just like, I'm gonna throw it back in players' faces, throw it back in the fans' faces. So, I mean, that's just is what it is. Unfortunately.
Same old same to me. I didn't see anything different in how he's moving. I agree with John. I said this a lot of time on my shows. If I don't understand fans who get frustrated and mad at fans for being frustrated and mad. I don't get that. Like, how can you be mad at those fans for being upset? It's been since 95, y'all, since we've been to an NFC Championship. I get it. And it's been one constant. So you can't be mad at them for being mad at the one constant. I would never, ever try to silence fans for being upset. I'm one of the ones that are upset. It's just that, my drive for the love of the game and covering the game, I continue to move forward. But trust and believe me, it ain't because I love the people running the organization. Not at all. Because I love this team.
I just think that is interesting how many major networks continue to cover mediocrity, because we've been mediocre, and they continue to push it, and they continue to, it's like the same running joke. But I mean, that's what it because of our great fan base, there are so many fans that will get mad at ESPN and sometimes I get mad at them too, whatever. But we keep putting fuel on that fire. So ESPN, we've been straight down the middle, but they continue to push us.
You got that drop ball? It's Blue Magic, man. Yeah. Cowboys are Blue Magic.
That's a brand name. I stand behind it. I guarantee it. About is when you
chop my dope down. How do we feel about SeatGeek, y'all? Talk to me.
Oh wow, come on with it.
Yeah, we got preseason games coming up, NFL games coming up. Make sure you head on over to SeatGeek, download the app, get $20 off of your first purchase on SeatGeek. We have the season here for NFL. We got MLB season going on. Cowboys play at AT&T Stadium.
Come
so
on
if you
with
go
it.
on the app, type in Dallas Cowboys versus Baltimore Ravens, find the green seats, head on over there, make some noise, get an up-close look at your Dallas Cowboys. Every ticket's backed by their buyer guarantee.
Guaranteed.
You know Cowboys Collective has got you. So just hit it or type in Cowboys Collective and get that $20 off with our promo code, man. Shouts out.
They got some green tickets this weekend for $19, man.
$19,
man. $19 green.
Yeah.
Hey,
What's going to be really interesting to me is that, so I've watched all of this Netflix series, and I'm fascinated to see how fans are going to receive it, because like there's not really anything in there that any of you three guys are going to be surprised by. Like there's not really anything new that you haven't heard, seen, whatever. Now, maybe for some fans that just kind of follow it on the surface, there'll be some stuff in there. But it's not like this, like really this big revealing thing that like, if you follow the Cowboys, there's, most of this stuff, I mean, for me, the gold standard in those type of shows is the Last Dance. And that's part of the reason why it was so great, is because you really don't hear from Michael Jordan.
Right.
You hear all the time from Jerry, and you've heard plenty of times from Jimmy and Troy and Emmett and Michael and Dion. So it's like all these key factors in there. You think anybody I just named went and tucked away a story in their back pocket for when one day there'd be a documentary? No, they've shared all of these stories. You know what I'm saying? So like,
there's been documentaries,
right.
interviews. These aren't new. Now Netflix is good at this, and I've heard that they've made it look and sound amazing. But for me, it's kind of like the Vince McMahon documentary that came out on Netflix. As a diehard wrestling fan, I've seen this story many a times. I really don't care for that. It was the same old same. Oh, WrestleMania, Hulk Hogan, Vince McMahon, WrestleMania, Hulk Hogan, Vince McMahon. And it's like, I've been here before. I haven't seen it yet. John, you've seen it, but you just basically told everybody, hey, if you follow the Cowboys, if you're a diehard fan, this is nothing new. I don't personally care for it. Maybe I'll watch it next year or something or whatever. I don't.
For you, I would say, Sky, just fast forward to or just go to episode 8. So it's an 8-part series. 8 is where it gets you into like basically bridging the gap to like, why has it been so long, whatever. But 1 through 7 is all like 90s stuff,
all stuff we know.
Hey, I know, Foots, you want to direct this, but
Sky, I did like the Vince McMahon one, by the way. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. No,
jump in.
I've seen it all. The only thing that was different from the Vince McMahon one.
I don't follow that at all.
So, Jack,
so there was a lot of stuff in there that I thought was interesting. So that's what I'm saying. Like this, the reason I brought this up is because it goes in with everything like Foots is saying. It's like, it's going to be a good example of just like, it's going to do numbers. But I'm just saying for like you guys and a lot of the people that are listening right now, there's just a lot of stuff that you've already heard before. But it's going to do numbers because it's the Cowboys. And there'll be a lot of people that don't follow the Cowboys as closely. And they'll be like, wow, this is really cool. I didn't know about this. I didn't know that Troy, doesn't remember this NFC Championship game because he got a concussion and he doesn't, but you guys have heard that stuff before, but there's people that won't. There's people that won't, there'll be people that'll be surprised by like, oh, wow, Emmitt Smith held out for 2 games before, coming off the Super Bowl and stuff like that. And wow, this is kind of like Micah Parsons, not, like situation and stuff like that. But like, I don't know, like most of that stuff you guys have already heard, over the years. So,
and John, that's exactly what I was going to ask you for clarity on the Emmitt Smith thing. He said that it's different, that he wasn't under contract. So you mean to tell me that 31 other teams by Emmitt Smith not being under contract, I guess the free agent rules were different during that time frame. They didn't reach out to him. They didn't say, okay, hey, we're going to give you an unbelievable contract since you're a free agent.
That's what it sounds like, because I believe if that was the case and another team could do that or did do that, then he would have used that as leverage and had that to go back to Jerry and be like, hey, look, the Cardinals are offering me this or something like that. But I don't believe so. So I don't remember at that time. I wasn't covering the team obviously back then. Like, I don't know how much different the rules are now, whereas they're much different now. Whereas like Micah sits out, he's not going to get paid. And if he was to like sit out the entire season, Well, the Cowboys would still have his 5th-year option for whenever he
Mhm.
wants to play again. And
Yeah.
then after that season, they could still franchise tag him again. So like, Emmett even mentioned that yesterday on the blue carpet, talking about how, the rules are just different now, like for things like
Okay.
that. And his thing was a different situation than Micah's, where,
Way different.
and that's all part of the collective bargaining agreement. That's the owners fought for this, so that with those franchise tags, you just have so much more power. Now, granted, how many teams have this situation? It's not like you're not going to be sitting there holding this franchise tag over 52, 53 guys. It's going to be for like superstar players, but it is one of those things that it gives the teams the advantage to not let the player leave.